There we go. Right, hi people. We're going to carry on with the Rory McIlroy's golf. Going to do some pro mode now, some Tour Pro, and I'm going to do this event here called the Arnold Palmer Invitational. So let's see how I get on. Not a great lover of this at the moment, the pro mode, because previous tournaments have been a bit stripped down and don't let you play the whole 18 holes. You literally are jumping in at the 10th hole. Look, see, I'm 32nd on hole 10. I don't know quite how this works, but still, let's give it a go and take it through to completion. See if I can at least become a bit better. So let's see how things go. So there's plenty of XP to be had, there's crowd, there's a little bit more atmosphere in pro mode, and so it's not too bad. Of course, quite easy though, that's the problem. These bloody loading screens. Thought they'd made it seamless and quick loading, but obviously not. Big black screen, and I bet we jump straight onto the first tee with absolutely no introduction to what we're doing. Who knows?
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational.
There we are. I mean, like, apparently I'm in the final 9 holes.
Now to the 10th hole.
I mean,
Been a steady performance so far early in this first round, but at some point, Frank, they need to take steady to spectacular.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, Rich, and really sooner rather than later, that's for sure. But yeah, steady becomes boring if it stays on for too long.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole.
that's drive there.
Well, it's going to take a good one here, considering what they've already gone through, Rich. Right now, that green is going to look very small, so it's going to take a good shot here to give himself an opportunity.
Some really poor play to this point.
What? We had one shot. That's safe, I would imagine. Oh, too straight. Oh well. Gosh, got that punk already.
That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah,
We're going to bend into the wind
really
and
come up considerably short.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It's certainly one to set the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
And that's how you play the game, right there.
Close.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
It's time to forget that one. You couldn't hit that much better. Even par currently. Rich, you got to tell me what happened. I covered my eyes on that one.
Another bogey. What else? Now to the 11th with water left, bunkers on the right. Frank, what's the key here?
Well, too often people just look at the scorecard and they go, well, it's over 400 yards. I have to hit driver. You don't have to hit driver at 11. Something in the fairway just short of that second bunker. And it sits up, 6 or a 7-iron.
Excellent line, propped up on the short grass. Sitting up in the fairway now, 180 yards away.
This. Gotta follow it.
Not looking good, Frank.
I think it's...
Frank, sadly, I've been there too often. In the water, you get down on yourself. What's the right way to approach this mentally?
Well, you've almost got to take a step backwards, Rich. This can add up so quickly. So give yourself a little pat on the back.
That's the better shot. I mean,
you're human. You're allowed to hit bad shots. But the big thing now is to avoid 2 in a row.
Up there. Stop.
This now the 4th shot after the last one was in the water.
Yeah, just somehow just get it on the green.
Frank, this is always such a difficult spot for a golfer. You just hit one out of bounds, you're trying to regroup.
He's going to need to
Absolutely
more than
bad
regroup
on
now.
this round, aren't I?
Frank, you need the calculator at this point. This already his 6th shot after hitting one out of bounds.
Yeah, that's hard to imagine. And, well, if this one isn't good, more problems ahead.
Pretty good shot right there. And getting ready for the putt.
Well, let's... Finally.
That hole certainly got the best of him. Triple
Bloody
bogey.
hell.
Frank, now we're at the 574-yard, par 5 12th. How critical are the par 5s if you're trying to put a score on the board here at Bay Hill?
They're crucial, Rich, because the par 4s are very difficult. So anytime you get a par 5, you've really got to take advantage of it.
Bloody shot there.
Second shot coming up here at the par 5.
Why, you know? We're getting a few shots back, couldn't I, on this?
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Should be safely on deck.
Beautiful.
Oh, can't hide the flag stick from that man. So a tester from 4 feet. Beginning the long climb back, now to 3 over par. At the par 4 13th now, this is a hole, Frank, that requires some smart club selection. What are the options here?
Yeah, very sneaky par 4. That bunker on the right is 250 yards or so off the tee. So you've either got a choice to play short of that or sneak it down the end, which is about 300 yards. But if you try and be bold here and miss the fairway, that second shot, evil.
Par 4 13th, Frank, how do you hit this approach shot?
Rich, it's the first par 4 at Bay Hill where the water is actually on the right of the green, and that has to be taken into consideration. Just a little errant shot, and then you're going to be wedged. So a little left of the flag, that's where you want to be.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. That was not a very good read right there. And he's putting for par now. Been a little too much of that, Frank, just sort of ho-hum pars. 14th hole, Frank, more than 200 yards, par 3. This is no picnic.
No, it plays a little longer than that too, slightly uphill. You've got to carry the ball onto the front of the screen. It will not run up.
Thank you, is it?
Second shot.
One.
Considered to be the next Rory McIlroy, our featured golfer makes birdie and moves inside the cut line. So coming off a birdie on the last hole. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
And that one lands in the first cut, Frank.
Interesting choice going ahead here. It'll be interesting to see how he reads this lie.
Well, certainly playable from here. Ball is in the first cut. Not too bad. Up to the 15th green, but looking at a tough putt, considerably long, over 25 feet away. And the computer dials this one up at 26 feet.
When you consider the length of that putt, that's a good putt.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
No doubt would love to have this one back. That's a double bogey, 2 drop shots. Well, that'll do it for today. Not a great performance, not on the first page of that leaderboard.
Yeah, the people on the top of this leaderboard are there for a reason. They hit more fairways, more greens. It sounds easy, and I know this is a difficult course, but that's the way it's going to have to be played.
Okay, it looks like that one ended quick. That's simulating. Oops. What is this, first round? Oh, no. Where have I? Am I out yet? Ooh, made it. Second round. I'm on the 7th hole. Again, I've no idea why the pro season is 4 or 5 holes.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's second-round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. We're at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge in Orlando, Florida, site of one of the PGA Tour's premier stops, the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Always attracting a great field, and through the years, it has been the scene of just some championship play from one guy in particular.
Tiger Woods has won there an incredible 8 times.
Moving on now, Frank, we're at the par 3 7th hole. What's the challenge here?
Really, the high ball hitters have an advantage here. Just try and carry it in the middle of the green.
Almost.
Seems to like it. For the fat part of the green.
Beautiful shot.
How'd you like that strike?
That was top of the tree.
Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round.
You know.
Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Trying to grind out a par here.
Can't read the green. Can't read it.
Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Getting ready to tee off here at the 8th.
The third round.
This hole has it all. Dogleg, bunkers, water. How do you successfully navigate it?
It's such a pretty looking hole, Rich. That bunker down the left just sort of pops out and you see it. So you can either work it off that to the right, either that or just aim a little right. But be careful of those trees on the right.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. To where the hole is cut, just about 190 yards, Frank.
Go on, my son, don't.
That's an outstanding shot right there, and it sets up a really good look at birdie. These putts keep the round together. Well, Frank, it's our job to get excited.
You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard.
Settles in over the putt. Got it for par. Rounding out the front nine here at Bay Hill, 474-yard par 4, Frank. You've played this hole before. Where are you lining up when you step onto the tee here?
There's an out of bounds all the way down the left side that you have to be cognizant of.
I think
but
this
that
could be the end of
290 yards carries it, and yet again.
Always found this to be hard, Frank. You're seething, you're just fired up, you just knocked one out of bounds, and you have to kind of put it back together.
Yeah, this one better find the fairway.
So playing the third shot right now after having gone OB.
Yeah.
So the golf ball ends up in that first cut.
I'm
kind
of enjoying
it. Be able to get at it, but may not be able to control the spin. We'll see. So in the first cut here, it could be worse.
Delay in the shooting when I do this. Delay sometimes. Behind.
Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. He's already at a handful. This is fifth shot. On the green, but still a tough putt coming up.
Hurry.
Even par currently.
That takes me. Go on, have a.
How did that stay out, Frank?
Did everything but go in.
This one was just a nightmare from the start, and now he has this for triple bogey. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
That might be the end of my Arnold Palmer.
Back here in Orlando, Florida, at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge.
Frank,
Frank, we're getting set for the back nine. How do you get off to a good start?
Oh, it's one of the shorter par fours here, Rich. Dogleg right. Good drive. Just a short on here.
Frank, that golf ball's sitting up like a red velvet cake in a bakery. It looks pretty, doesn't it?
Time to take a bite of it. Savor it. Hit the next one close.
Right in front. Yeah. Gonna go in that bunker, aren't I, if I do that? But... Perfect.
Headed for the bunker.
Right in the bunker.
A bit unfortunate. In the bunker, Frank.
Same fucks with me.
It'll be interesting to see what his bunker play's like.
Frank, there's nothing like catching a bunker shot just perfectly. Splashes out, lands softly, and just runs up to that hole.
It's like 3D. There's the component in the strike where it's going to land, and then the third part of it is how much will it roll.
Holy shit, what's going on?
The first rule when you're in a bunker.
I'm not playing the right shot.
Get it out.
Set from the bunker. This is fifth shot.
Just a short bunker shot. So open your feet up, open the club face up, little splash out.
I do. Oh my.
Did the smart thing there, Frank. Took his medicine, back out onto the fairway. Chance to get it close here.
Putting or am I?
Frank, one of the real privileges of broadcasting at Bay Hill is when we get a visit to the booth by the king himself, Arnold Palmer.
Yeah, he has so many stories.
Horrendous.
When he talks about the way in which his father, Deacon Palmer, first taught him how to grip a golf club. He said he put his hands on the club and he said, son, don't let them ever move.
Yeah, it's given up on me. Like the game. Taking me out.
Frank, 440-yard par 4 11th. You see that number on the card, you think driver. Maybe not. Why?
Yeah, it's imperative you hit the fairway here, Rich. Water obviously in play left, 2 bunkers on the right. This is a second shot hole.
They'll need to get all of this one. 200 yards, the second shot.
Gotta get over that water in time.
Oh, this is heading in the wrong direction.
Well, we went for the brief swim there, Frank. He's trying to stay dry now.
He is. Just trying to avoid water on the brain as well. This will take a good swing.
Playing his 4th shot after the 3rd was wet. Frank, just into that first cut.
Yeah, it's sitting up. Really, this isn't too bad a situation.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Going to tap out on this hole for the week for another bogey on this hole.
No.
Can't make it, Frank, if you don't hit it.
Hubert Green once said, 99% of putts left short don't go in. I don't know what happened to the other 1%, but...
Frank, how do you explain what we saw here?
It's a mess. It's probably the easiest way to put it. This case of anything that could go wrong, not just probably, it did.
So I missed the cut now. Go. Brilliant. So that's the Arnold Palmer Invitational over. Hope you enjoyed it. I didn't. Golf is all about